Hi everybody, this is Ellen. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make the Happy Notepad with a little spiral. It's so adorable. I love it. Another little school supply thing to go out. But I think it's super adorable, super cute. It does take, the notepad cover is 220 bands, and then there are 82 white for the paper, and then there are 40 gray bands for the spiral. So you can change the colors up however you want to. Then of course you'll need the face. I'm using 9mm pony beads, but you can use wrapped bands or use the smaller beads too. And then the cheeks and the mouth. So there's some prep work we need to do, so we'll get that started. First we need to make the spirals. I've already made 2 of them, so I need to make a third one that's like this. And those are made by doing 10 double wrap bands and then pulling some bands through the ends. So it's just one band on the hook, wrap it around the figure 8, grab both bands, wrap them around again, and then you pull through 9 doubled bands. So on the hook, double it, pull it through, back on. So it's technically 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I'll take 2 bands the color of my note, the cover, and then pull them through the end. Then you go back through that very first band we put on the cap band and pull through 2 more bands. Like that. So you need 3 that are just like this, and then you need to make 2 that are a little bit shorter, and those are 5 wrapped bands high. So it's just the same thing, only just a little shorter. So on the hook, wrap it around, grab both, wrap them around again, and then you'll pull through 4 more bands that are doubled for a total of 5. So like that, and then pull through 2 bands, cover color. So you need 2 like this. Then we also need to make wrapped bands, and you need 20 of them, and they are made by doing 2 bands, or 1 band wrapped on the hook and then another band wrapped, so they're separate, not wrapped together. If you have a latch hook, it makes it much quicker, but you still can use the rainbow loom hook, but it's just 1 band on the hook wrapped around the figure 8, double it, do that again, and this is the paper color right here, whatever color your paper is, and then you pull through 2 bands that are your cover color. So like that, and you need 20 of them. And then we have our cheeks, which is just whatever color you want the cheek, on the hook, double it again, and pull through 2 bands the cover color. Like that. 2 cheeks. And then for the eyes, I'm going to use the 9mm pony beads so I can just push the bands through when I get there. If you don't have those, you can use 2 bands to kind of have the same kind of bead size, or just use 1 band for a smaller bead, or use the 7mm pony beads. But either way, it's just on the hook, wrap it around, grab all the bands, wrap it around again, and then pull through 2 bands that are the color of the cover. So you need 2 eyes, however you want to make those. So once you have all that, you come back and we'll make the rest. It's made on the loom, wrong end towards us, and we're going to start by dropping some bands that are the color of your cover. It's 2 bands, and we're going to drop them on 5 pins up each side. Like that. And then you're going to want to take whatever color you're using for your paper, and we're going to make some X's on the loom. So it's going to be 2 bands. Everything's double banded unless I say differently, but 2 bands. We're going to go from left to right and then from the right to the left to make an X. So that's 1. And then we'll do the same thing right above it. And again. And one more time. So 4 X's. Like that. And on these top 2 pins, we're going to put cap bands. It's 2 bands wrapped around 1 and 2 times. And the same thing on the other side. Then we'll loom this part out. So we'll start on the right side because that's the band that's on the bottom. So go in through your cap band, grab those 2 bands, and pull them all the way back towards the other side of the loom. Then come over to the left, do the same thing, in through the cap band, pull it all the way back. Then we just alternate all the way down to the end. So starting on the right, because that's on the bottom. Like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to puff out our white bands that are on here. So what you're going to do is you go and you grab the 2 bands that you dropped, go in through the bands that are on the pin, hook the dropped bands, pull them up through, put both ends on your hook, and then you'll take the, in my case, the white bands off the pin, and then what's on my hook will go back onto the pin. I'm going to do that for every one around. So grab them in through the bands, bring it up and hook it, pull them off, and then back on the pin. Like that. So we have them all puffed. Now we're going to do a row round with the wrapped bands. So we need those, not the entire way around with the wrap bands, but you'll need the wrap bands. The wrap bands are going to go on either end for the rest of the design here. So wrap band first down here, and then your cover color up the front. And another wrapped band on the end. And then your cover color down the back. Like that. Then we'll flip the bottom 4 all the way around. Push your bands down. I'm going to unsnag the middle portion here, the white bands. Now our next row we're going to put on our spirals, so you'll want those. Our little spiral pieces. So we'll start by putting on the long ones first. So take one side. It's going to go right here. Like that. And then it'll come at an angle across and come up in the second spot. Like that. And our second one, our long one, will go next spots up. And then the next one. Last long one, I guess. Like that. Then our two short ones are going to go on the ends right here. And here. And then finish off by putting on wrapped bands on your ends. Like that. So once you have that, then we'll flip the bottom 4. Push your bands down. So now we're going to do is 4 rows all the way around with the wrap bands on the end. So here would be our first row. Start with our wrap band and your cover color up the front. Wrap band on the end. And cover color down the back. Like that. Flip your bottom 4. I see a cat here. Push down. So that was our first row. Do our second row, same way, wrap band, cover color, wrapped band, like that. Flip the bottom 4. Push down and stick this some more. There we go. Now our third row, wrap band again, and cover color. Wrapped band. And cover color. Like that. Flip your bottom 4. Try not to make your loom fall apart. Push your bands down, pull up your center again, stay. And our fourth row, wrap band, cover, wrapped band, and cover color. Like that. Flip your bottom 4. Push down. Now we're going to do our eye row. So starting with wrapped band across the bottom, and then 2 bands. Then our eyes will go in the next 2 spots. I'm just going to push mine through. It's fighting me. Come on. There you go. And then 2 bands, wrap band, and then bands back. Like that. Flip your bottom 4. Push down. Next is our cheek row, so you want your cheeks. Same thing basically as the eye row. We're just going to start again with the wrapped band, then 2 bands, then our cheeks. Just squishing them over as far as I can. Then 2 bands. Then our wrap band, and then bands down the back side. Like that. Flip your bottom 4. Push down. Next is the mouth, so you'll want whatever color band for the mouth. You go ahead and put it on your hook, wrap it around once. And you can either pull these up, slide the mouth band down, or if you take it off your hook and hold it while it's doubled, and go in through the bands, grab the mouth band, pull it up over the top of the pin, and slide it down. And then you flip it up over the top, like that. Now we're going to do 2 rows all the way around. So again, start with those wrapped bands. And then bands up the front. Wrap band, bands down the back, like that. Flip your bottom 4. Down, pull up your center again, and do our second row all the way around. Wrap band, bands up the front, wrapped band, and bands along the back. And flip your bottom 4. I'm using my green hook because I actually broke my pink one again. My second pink hook. The metal end fell out. The plastic didn't break this time, and I pushed the hook back up inside of it, and it seems like it's stable again, but I don't know. We'll see if I trust it again in the future, since everybody knows I like the pink hook. Now we're gonna do, so we're done with our blue, or cover color. You're gonna take whatever color your paper color is, and we're gonna puff all of the bands that are on the pins. So it's the same with what we did before, but we're just going to be holding the bands next to it instead of them being on the pins. So you put your hook down through the bands, pull up 2 bands, the paper color, both ends on the hook, pull the bands off the pin, and then what's on your hook goes back onto the pin. You do that for all the pins. like that. Unstick everything. So now we just have the paper color ones on the loom. So we're actually ready to close this. I'm going to do it by braiding. So I'm going to start up here at the top. Put my hook through the bands right here. Pull them off. Go onto the other side. Pull those off. And then I'll slide the ones that are next to my hook through the other ones. Then we'll go down to the right. We want to pull those that are next to my hook through what was already on there. Sometimes I don't even take them off my pin as I slide them through. Other times I take them all the way off and then slide them through. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. But just alternate sides, take your time. And just keep pushing this back out of your way. It's alright if we distort it because we're going to have to fix things anyways because we make this braid pretty tight, so we want to adjust that when we're done. So we have the pretty paper on the bottom. And just be careful when you get down to the last few. So I'll take off the one on the right. Pull that one through. And then go in through the left. Leave that on my hook. Then I'll take 2 bands, pull them through those 8 bands that are on my hook, both ends on, do a slip knot. Now you're going to want to stretch. And then before you close this, just kind of look at which way it would be better to pull the tail in. Like I think mine would be better to stick my hook up through on this side to close it versus this side. So see which way yours is. You might be different if you closed it kind of differently. So I'm going to pull it in through that side so I have the paper in the middle. You just kind of pull it down until the knot kind of pops in there. And hide it again. And again. There, hidden inside. On the bottom here, you're probably going to have this pretty tight from the braiding, so you kind of have to loosen it back up to get the paper all the way along the bottom. Like right through here it's pretty good, but I got tight right here. So some of that might just be tucking it in, pulling it out. It's really going to be kind of trial and error on pulling some bands to see how to get that paper across. I probably won't be perfect, but nothing ever is in life, so I'm just pulling. I think my knot could have gone in a little bit more. So I'm pretty happy with how that looks across the bottom. You might have a little gap right here. You just need to pull in your bands again. It's just to pull them down to meet each other. It's from the braiding, from the pulling tight. I don't know why, but it always happens on my front side versus my, or like the little gaps happen on my front side, but not my back side. I don't know what I'm doing. Why that changes so much. But just keep fiddling with the braid. That's really where the issue is. pull my tail band. Voila. That works. Oops. Fix your cheeks. Then up here on the top, I just pull my spiral over so it's kind of out of the way. And this should be fine. It's just that you need to pull the braid up a little bit more so it doesn't sink in. I just kind of pull it up so it looks like that. And then just tuck your spirals back over. For the little extra wire that comes out the side, you just kind of take those and twist them back. You can use your hook. If you put it in through that little braid and then just kind of pull it back towards the other side. So then it'll kind of twist around like a braid, or like the spiral should. I just usually use my fingers if I can. But like so. Super adorable. I love it. So adorable. Cute little notebook, and then of course if you haven't seen it already, don't forget about the little happy pen to write in your little notebook, so they go cute together. But I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. I hope that you enjoy. I did pop up my tail band. Sorry. I just noticed that. It's bothering me. But I hope that you enjoy and you found this easy to do, and that it you didn't have too much trouble here at the end with kind of adjusting the braid at the bottom. There isn't really a happy way around that, just because of how we pull when we take it off. So, but I think they're super adorable and didn't take too long to make it, I don't think. So hopefully you agree. But thanks you guys very much for watching. If you make these, don't forget to tag me on my Instagram, which is at Crafting Fantastic. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you like it and you made it to this point. And then of course, you can subscribe to my channel here, Feeling Spiffy. That would be fabulous. But thanks so much, and I will definitely have more tutorials for you soon.